Good morning, Virgo. Thank you very much for joining me today. Just stop for a second. Something's happening right now in this exact moment, and I need you to feel this with me because the energy coming through is giving me actual chills, not the metaphorical kind, not the, oh, that's nice kind. The kind where my body physically responds to what I'm picking up on and what I'm sensing. It's about rapid change, about your life shifting so fast that you won't even recognize it, about everything you've been waiting for suddenly accelerating, about overnight transformation that actually happens overnight. And I know I know that sounds dramatic. I know it sounds too good to be true. I know you've probably heard promises before that didn't pan out, but this feels different. This isn't about someday. This isn't about eventually. This is about now, about imminent, about you waking up one morning soon and everything being different. So let's explore this. What's building, what's about to break through, what you need to be aware of, and how to position yourself so when this rapid shift happens, you're ready for it. Take what resonates here. This is about patterns I'm sensing, about energy that's present. You remain in control of your life. Always. This is simply an invitation to pay very close attention right now. Let me start by describing what I'm actually feeling because it's not vague, it's not soft. It's this electric quality, like the air before a storm, that charge, that intensity, that sense that something's about to crack open. And it's concentrated around people who find this reading. Around you, specifically you, you've been in a waiting period, haven't you? Things have felt stuck, slow, like you're pushing and pushing, but nothing's actually moving. Like you're doing the work, but not seeing the results. Like the universe put you on pause, and that's been frustrating, exhausting, demoralizing, even. But here's what I'm picking up on that pause, it might be ending, like imminently ending, not in some vague future timeline, but days, maybe hours. The energy feels that close. Let me ask you something. Have you been feeling restless lately? Like you can't quite settle? Like something's coming, but you don't know what? Have you been having trouble sleeping? Waking up at odd hours? Feeling this weird mix of anxiety and excitement that you can't explain? That's not random. That's your system responding to energetic shifts. That's your body sensing what your mind hasn't consciously registered yet. Change is approaching, big change, fast change, and your nervous system knows it before you do. You know what else I'm sensing? This change, it might not come from where you expect. You might have been focused on one area, watching one door, waiting for one specific thing. But the breakthrough, it could come from a completely different direction. from something you weren't even paying attention to, from a source you didn't know was possible. And that's why you need to stay open, stay alert. Don't be so fixated on how you think things should unfold that you miss how they're actually unfolding. Let me paint you a picture. It's a random Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday, whatever, just a normal day. You wake up, you go through your morning routine. Nothing feels particularly special. And then something happens. A message comes, a call, an email, a conversation, an opportunity, a realization, something that shifts everything. And at first, you might not even realize how significant it is. It might seem like a small thing, but over the next few hours or days, the magnitude becomes clear. And you're standing there thinking, wait, my entire life just changed. And I almost missed the moment it happened. That's the energy I'm picking up on. That kind of sudden, that kind of fast, that kind of whiplash inducing shift. Now, let me be really specific about what areas this might show up in. Because the energy isn't uniform, it's showing up differently for different people. For some of you, this is career, professional, a job offer that comes out of nowhere, an opportunity you weren't even applying for, recognition that suddenly changes your trajectory, a project that takes off faster than you imagined, money flowing in from unexpected sources, your work finally getting the response it deserves. For others, this is relational, someone entering your life or someone already in it suddenly showing up differently. A conversation that clears years of confusion, a connection that feels like coming home, a dynamic that's been stuck suddenly, unsticking, movement where there was stagnation. For some, this is internal, a breakthrough in understanding, a healing that happens so fast it's almost disorienting, a pattern breaking, a belief shifting, you waking up and realizing you don't feel the way you used to feel, that weight you've been carrying, it's just gone. And for others, it's all of the above. Multiple areas shifting simultaneously. Your whole life reorganizing itself around a new center. Um, Let me slow down for a second because I want to acknowledge something. Rapid change, even positive rapid change, it can be destabilizing. It can feel overwhelming. It can trigger fear because we're creatures of habit. We like knowing what to expect, even when what we expect isn't great. At least it's familiar. So if things start shifting fast, if your life starts changing overnight, you might feel excited, but you might also feel scared, disoriented, like you're losing your footing. And that's that's normal. That's human. Don't let the fear convince you something's wrong. Fear just means you're leaving the known, and the known is always more comfortable than the unknown, even when the unknown is better. Let me ask you another question. What would you do if everything changed tomorrow? If the thing you've been waiting for suddenly arrived, if the door you've been hoping would open just swung open, would you walk through? Or would you hesitate? Would you question it? Would you talk yourself out of it because it seems too good, too fast, too unlikely? Because I feel like some of you, you've been asking for change, praying for it, working toward it. But if it actually came, you might not trust it. You might self sabotage. You might find reasons why it can't work. You might reject the very thing you've been asking for. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Drop a comment if you already know you have a tendency to self sabotage when good things show up, because awareness is the first step. If you know you do this, you can watch for it. You can catch yourself. You can choose differently. You know what else I'm picking up on? Timing. The sense that there's a window, an opening, and it's right now, this week, maybe next week, but not months from now, not someday. Soon, very soon. And that means you need to be paying attention. You need to be present. You need to be available, not checked out, not distracted, not so lost in your routine that you miss the moment when everything shifts. Check your messages, answer your phone, respond to emails, show up to things, be where you said you'd be available, because the opportunity, the connection, the breakthrough, it needs you to be reachable. Let me share something with you. Overnight changes. They're never actually overnight. They look overnight from the outside, but they're actually the result of accumulation of seeds planted weeks or months or years ago, of work done when no one was watching, of choices made consistently, of showing up even when you didn't see results. And then one day, all of that accumulation reaches critical mass and everything tips. And from the outside, it looks sudden, but it's not, it's just finally visible. So if your life changes overnight, know that it's not magic. It's not luck. It's harvest. It's everything you've been planting finally coming up, and you deserve it. You earned it. Even if you can't trace exactly how, let's sit with this for a moment. What if, what if everything you've been through, all the struggle, all the waiting, all the disappointment, what if it was all preparation? What if it was building capacity in you? What if it was teaching you things you needed to know? What if it was strengthening you so you could handle what's about to come? Because sometimes we need to be ready for the blessing. Sometimes the delay isn't punishment, it's preparation, getting you into position, making sure you can actually hold what's being given. And if that's true, if all of this has been preparation, then the fact that you're still here, still showing up, still trying, that means you're ready. That means the preparation is complete. That means it's time. Let me ask you something else. What are you going to do when things start moving? How are you going to handle rapid success? Sudden opportunity? Quick change? Because it's one thing to want these things, it's another thing to know how to navigate them when they arrive. Stay grounded. That's the key. When things accelerate, when life speeds up, when everything's changing, you need an anchor. That might be your morning routine, your meditation practice, your time in nature, your people, whatever keeps you connected to yourself. Don't abandon it when things get good. That's when you need it most. Also, stay humble. Success can make us forget where we came from, forget who helped us, forget that circumstances can shift as quickly in one direction as another. So when good things come, receive them with gratitude, with awareness, with humility, and share. When you receive abundance, let it flow through you. Help others, lift people up, be generous, because what flows through you can't get stuck in you. And stuck energy becomes stagnant. Flowing energy stays alive. You know what else I'm sensing? Some of you might experience this as a release, not just things being added to your life, but things falling away, relationships that no longer fit, jobs that have been draining you, patterns that have kept you small, beliefs that have limited you, all of it just dissolving. And that can feel like loss, even when it's liberation, even when it's necessary, even when you know deep down it's right. So give yourself permission to grieve, to feel the sadness of endings, even when you're excited about beginnings. Both can be true. Let me offer you something practical. This week, pay attention to three things. First, your body. Notice how you're feeling physically. Restlessness, energy shifts, trouble sleeping, heightened intuition. Your body knows things before your mind does. Listen to it. Second, coincidences, synchronicities, things lining up in weird ways, repeated numbers, songs with messages, conversations that feel significant. The universe talks in patterns. Notice them. Third, opportunities, even small ones, even ones that don't seem related to what you want. Say yes more than you usually would. Be open more than you usually are, because you don't know which door leads where. You don't know which yes becomes the yes that changes everything. Let me ask you one final question. What would it feel like to trust that good things are actually coming? Not someday, not eventually, but soon, really soon. What would shift in how you move through your days? How you show up, what you say yes to, how you treat yourself? Because I feel like trust, that's the final piece. You've done the work. You've been patient. You've kept showing up. Now, trust. Trust that it's coming. Trust that you're ready. Trust that when it arrives, you'll know what to do. Take what resonates from this reading, leave what doesn't, and remember that you remain in control of your awareness, of your responses, of how you meet what's coming. Your life might change overnight or over a few nights or in ways so fast you can barely process them. And that's okay. That's actually exciting. That's what you've been asking for. Trust your inner knowing. Trust the chills you feel when truth lands. Trust that rapid change doesn't mean wrong change. Trust that you can handle this. Trust that you're ready. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying open. Thank you for still believing. Even when it's been hard to believe, you're exactly where you need to be. On the edge of rapid change, on the edge of overnight transformation. And it's closer than you think. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Stay present. Stay open. Stay ready. Because something's coming. I can feel it. And I think you can too.